Bam.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I am Ali, and this is Dre. I am the co-founder of M2 Fico Forge and also the co-founder of the Score Machine. And I have my lovely business partner on the other side. Introduce yourself, brother.
All right. So, hey, everybody. My name is Dre. I am, like you said, I'm co-founder of the Score Machine and co-founder of the M2 Fico Forge. We are together. We're working together to give you guys the best resources and best outcomes as possible to get yourself to the next level.
That's true. I mean, I couldn't couldn't say that any better. Um, so I know that like little off the cusp want to do some content today, and I just wanted to give like more of an update of where we are at. Like, what are we doing? What's in the pipeline? Where are we going? So we can give everybody, the best ideology of where we're at.
For
So
sure.
let's start with the Score Machine. What do you think of it so far? Like, talk to me.
Oh, so far it's a game changer. Like, and I'm not just saying it because I'm co-founder in it. Like, it seriously is. It's a game changer. Coming from, again, this is not coming from somebody who read a book on credit repair. Like, we both were doing credit repair. In our highest point, we were doing quite a bit of reports. So doing that, coming from that, I can fully appreciate what we've built, because I know, just looking back, if I would have had something like this back when I started, I would have been so much like further, a lot faster. I would have been able. It's not all about the money, but I would have been able to charge a lot more for my services. Why? Because I would have been, from day one, speaking like an expert instead of trying to wing it and trying to figure it out. So I'm, and again, not because I'm co-founder in the software, but I am a true fan of the software. I really am.
I mean, when we started the build of this, I remember I was telling you like when we just had the bare bones. I showed it to you, and you were like all for it. This was before we even were working together. It was crazy. You're like, I want it. Let me know when it's available. This is I need this. You were like foaming at the mouth for it.
Yeah.
And fast forward 2.5 years later, we're business partners and we're working on it together. I remember it was just crazy. Um, just us, going through it because it's that underwriting section that beats everything because it's not just about the underwriting, it's truly about knowledge. We give the knowledge that nobody else gives. No other credit report, no other credit agency is breaking the knowledge the way that we do. And yeah, there's still bugs in the software. We know that. We know that there's things that still need to be worked out, but we
Mhm.
know that the knowledge is there and that people can utilize it to grow exponentially. And yes, like you said, it's not about the money, but it's about knowledge that everybody's putting in by hand. So now there's no putting it by hand anymore. We're doing it for you. So I definitely agree with you. It is a game changer. Um,
Yes.
what do you think of our software, the M2 Fico Forge? What are your plans on that?
So, I am a fan of it. I am a fan of it. I do think now that we came with this software, I do think that we might be able to, it might be in the pipelines, but to create something better, or something not better, but something different that can still help out the people. But for the as far as the M2 software, I'm a fan of it. I think, just like anything, there's some tweaks that could be made, but I think it's an awesome software.
Love it too. Love it too. I think it's easy. I think it gets the results that we're looking for, and I think
Very
that's
true.
that's the key. A lot of people don't see it as such. It's like it's tedious or this or that, and I think that once you sit down with us and we lock in and we teach you how to use it, I think it's better than better than most of the things that are out there.
For
And I'm not
sure.
saying that again because it's ours. Like there's a bunch of M2 softwares out there, and let's be real, we're all the same, we're all a part of the same brand, but I think we do it differently than everybody else.
I was just
So,
gonna ask you that. What do you think separates us between other people? But go ahead. What was your question?
oh, well, you turned my question on me that I was gonna ask you back to me, so that's cool. I was gonna ask you, what do you think about that little feature that we added in last night that nobody else has, but you just turned it on me. So our separation is customer service. Um,
Okay.
That's what nobody else has that we have. Because we've built a community, which is the Smart Hustles Club, and we built a printing company, our business is solely based around customer service. The better customer service is, the more those people want to stay working with us. Like, let's be real. They love Dre, they love Ali, but how many people actually know who we are? I mean, there's a few people, but how many people actually know who we are? We're not, a Kardashian like you explained in class last night. We're not a Kardashian or somebody that's, famous in front of TV cameras and things like that yet. But here's the thing, and this is the talking point that I have is we're adding customer service to the next level. We've launched something so big, which is called the Attack Assistant, which separates our software from the rest of the companies. You don't want to do your own credit report? Great. Lock in with us and we'll give you a VA to do it for you. We'll give you the VA to do it for you. So now, what's your focus? Making money. That's the key. Go get those clients. Go get them into the software. Get the other stuff. Let us worry about getting them set up. Let us worry about getting the letters out. Let us worry about printing. You worry about getting your clients, and by the end of that, and starting to do that and build that up, it beats everything. So that's what separates us. I know nobody has customer service like we do. I know that for on the printing side, I know that, oh, I can't speak to anybody, I can't talk to anybody, I can't do X, Y, and Z. And because you can't do that, what happens? A lot of people start to get annoyed. But not only can you speak to us because we have 3, 4 classes a week, not only can't you speak to us over the phone in the printing company, there's many ways that you can get in communication with us to be able to help you. So our customer service is top tier. And that's what beats out a lot of people because, yeah, you may get a foreigner on the phone, which may annoy you, but at the end of the day, you're getting somebody on the phone. And that changes, in my position, changes everything that everybody else is doing. That people are starting to follow our line because we're doing it better than everybody else.
Love
That's
it.
the truth. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. You that was spot on. Again, in my eyes, what makes us different is yes, our customer service and the way we're breaking everything down. Because again, a lot of other people, a lot of other communities, gurus, mentors, they like to break stuff down, but they're using 20-letter words, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and try to expect for you to know what that means. It's like, what? But the way we're doing it, we're breaking it, we're taking something so complex. Because a lot of people come to me and they look at, Dre, I'm looking at my credit report. I don't know what the hell this is. It looks like hieroglyphics. I got this, that. I don't know what this is. But our software breaks it down to the minute level to where it makes everybody understand it. That's what I think makes us different. Then when you add on our customer service, it's just a whole nother level. So you have something that's so broken down to like the minuscule level. And then if you still have questions about it, now our customer service will pick up the slack on that. So that's why I think also makes us different.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And again, I see things I see things from a different avenue where what made companies so successful back in the day? Forget about back in the day. I'm talking about right now. What made Amazon the way that Amazon is? Amazon is the way that it is because of its customer service, because of its no question return policy and X, Y, and Z. Now that they've changed, people are still using them. But at the end of the day, like they have adapted, but they've become such a household name that they don't change. And I think that's the same thing with you and I. It's like we've built our business off of that because of that. We built our business knowing that customer service is key. You're on the phone, I'm on the phone, and that's what helps people. That's what we could talk about on YouTube all money and this, that, and the other thing. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty and somebody comes to us and like, look, I want to sign up for FICO Forge, M2 FICO Forge, or I want to sign up for the score machine. Like when they come into the class and they sit down, you're like, you guys actually break this down. Like you guys do what needs to be done. And all of a sudden it changes everything. It changes how people are doing business. And that's a major key for me. That's truly a major key for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
What do you think are our next like goal, or we got to our next level? What's our next level with the software? First achievement benchmark. What do you got first? Uh,
AIs.
moment would be.
AIs. Getting the AIs built properly and with no errors. Making sure that the foundation is stable, that it cannot be broken no matter how much weight we put to it. That's my next goal, is making sure these AIs and what we have put forth into the system, into the world, is able to handle amazingly. Because yes, there's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be something that's not working. There's always going to be something that is not functioning correctly or whatever. But when we build the AI system to where it needs to be, the AI system is going to take a lot of that craziness away. Like, we're making quality of life changes to the software right now, but we also have a massive roadmap that's about 2 years out, that of additives that we want to add to the software. We don't want to be stagnant. We don't want to be a company that, um, let's be real, that falls in line with the rest of these other softwares. These other softwares are not upgrading like we are. They are not moving like we are. We're moving like wildfire. And the funny part is we only have 2 developers. If we hire 5 more developers, we'll be able to churn out that 2 year whatchamacallit, that 2 year wait list that we have roadmap is
Mhm.
literally going to be something that can get done within 6 months. So, with success of the software as it's currently going, creates a lot of how do I say this? Creates a lot of growth for us. That's what I was saying. I was looking for the right word. Creates a lot of growth for us in that sentiment, that brings the more people that come in, the more people that are pulling reports, the more people that are using the machine learning, the more people that are using all this stuff. Um Builds this company up even bigger, because now we're feeding the AI, we're feeding the machine learning, and we're also feeding the people that can build the software and make it more powerful. And that's the key.
I love that.
Let me ask you a question. I was thinking about something. I'm sorry. I just got sidetracked for a quick sec. Um, with the software and utilizing the software,
Mhm.
let's talk about the major part over here, funding. Um, because our the score machines before and after. So the after part of being funding. Let's talk about that. Let's unpack that a little bit, of what is funding, why do they want to use us versus other people? And you've came from a lot of different companies. So talk about negatives, like what you've seen with other companies and things like that, so we can really build into there.
Of course. So you're right. I have worked with different companies and styles and stuff like that when it comes to funding. So with the score machine with us, what makes us different is it takes all the guesswork prior to going to get funding out. Takes all the guesswork out. If prior companies that I've worked with, not saying any names, but prior companies that I've worked with, there was all right, are you ready for funding? Pay me the money for $500 and then let's go see. With the score machine, it's before you go to the bank. Before you have to go pay that money to go talk to the bank reps. So it just makes everything more concrete. You get to walk into these banks, you get to walk and apply with confidence. Because why? The score machine broke it down. The prior screen told you that yes, this report is fundable. So, and again, a lot of times you don't know what banks to go to. The good thing about this software is we put our brains into the software. So, again, the software is going to be learning. So, the more approvals Chase gets, the more it'll push out. So, you don't have to think about, oh, what credit union is best? Well, we know Alliant is working the best. We know Patelco is working the best because of the AI. But
Mhm.
if you didn't have this AI, if you didn't have the software, well, now you're going to have to do countless and countless of hours of research to see, all right, is everybody getting approved? You have to do a lot of research. Again, this software is taking all of the guesswork out before and after funding.
Phew. When you say it like that, it makes me happy. It makes me happy. And yeah, it's a lot of work that we put in. It's a lot of stuff that we've done to get to that next level. key and point of exactly what we're talking about. We need to we need to focus on building that system even more robust. And I know what's coming is, talking exactly like you said, Patelco's, like all these different credit unions that are out there, banks that are out there that we don't even know of, regional banks, things like that, that we could start to add to the system. And based upon an address, that it automatically puts you in touch with regional banks. Like it's huge, man. It's huge what we have the capability of doing. And we just got to keep building the AI out. And that's the key. We call our AI community-based AI, right? And do you
Mhm.
want to explain why it's community-based AI? Go for it.
Yes. So we like to call this community-based AI because it literally takes the whole community to make this AI the best possible version of itself. How does it do that? The more reports that we put in for the credit monitoring part, the more that the AI will notice, oh, these little bugs that we might have, they're gonna be getting worked out. Why? Because we have so many reports coming through. We're gonna have so many different variations of reports. When it comes to the funding side, we're gonna have so many people going through the funding. We're gonna know what banks are approving the most, what banks are approving the least. Now the AI is learning as it goes. That's why we tell people get in now. Depending on when you're watching this, we tell you guys to get in now. Why? Because we're giving everybody a little sweetheart deal. Because we need the AI to start learning and learning and learning. But when next year that whole saying yesterday's price isn't today's price. So when we tell you guys to get in, whenever you guys are seeing this, get in. Why? Because all the changes, all the updates that we're going to be making, you're still going to get locked in at this grandfather price if you get in now. That's the big difference. We're always again the whole community-based AI. Once the community keeps pushing through stuff, the AI is going to keep learning.
And that's the truth. The way that we build it is so that the AI can learn from every input that's been put into the system. So it starts becoming more robust as it keeps going. And it's crazy to even say that we have a community, and we're building our community to build better business owners, like better funders, better credit repair agencies, better in every which way, shape, and form. And the funny part is, we were in a class last night, and it was crazy. Girl turns around and says she's seen you talking on Schmitty's 5-day challenge. Now, again, we'll come back whenever you've seen this. Um, at this point, when you see, okay, it's not a recent 5-day challenge, but
Right.
at the end of the day, like you were talking about, you were talking to Schmitty's 5-day challenge, and she was like, I love the software so much because it took the ability to the ambiguity out of learning about credit. And then adding it with the community base, because of our communities, it grows exponentially. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy what we're putting forth. And again, call to action. Like, I love everybody that says, again, like, call to action. What's the call to action? My call to action to everybody, I'm gonna say my call to action because Dre already spoke to you about his. I'm gonna say my call to action. Here's my call to action. Get in now. Well, whatever you're doing, get in now. The reason that I'm telling you get in now. Forget about tomorrow's price. Forget about that. Forget about this. Learn how to become an expert in our software, because if you become an expert in our software, you will be able to change your life immediately. And I don't know anybody that will turn down an extra $100 a day, an extra $200 a day, an extra $300 a day. Whereas in the sentiment of what we did before, one client made 10,000 in the first hour of owning the software. So, I mean, we have this. We know what's going on. We know how it's working. So a lot of this stuff is going on, and we see that. So I'm with you. And that's my call to action. Become an expert. It should take you only about 5-10 days. But becoming an expert will literally make you unstoppable. Get that money, and start getting that money right from the beginning.
Yes, I agree.
Um,
This one software it will allow you to start 2 businesses. This one software will allow you to start 2 businesses, a credit repair business because you know exactly what's going on with that report. There's no guessing. Also, it's gonna allow you to start a funding company because again, no guesswork. we have two options. You can request the funding from us. We can do it for you. Split it 50-50. We can split it. There's a split fee with that, or you
Mhm.
can do it yourself. Either way, this software allows you to start two companies or one company. Realistically, we want you to start two credit repair and then get them into their funding. Realistically, but we're giving you the choice. And there is no other community that has a software where it's a community-based learning software. There's no other community out there that's doing that. So that's why I think that's another thing that separates us from other groups for sure.
I agree. I agree with you 110%, and that's why I mean, legitimately, that's why we built this. I really want to bring it up to the next level, and, I think this is not for us to answer. I think we'll base it to the community. What are you guys looking for? What do you need in your credit repair business that, Credit Repair Cloud, Dispute Fox, dispute, what's that? The client dispute manager at Credit Admirals is not answering. Credit Admirals is not doing things like this. We need to make sure that we get it done correctly. We got it done correctly, and we build it up. Um, we build it up, and we build it properly to that next level. So this is based in the community. Tell us what you need. Tell us what you want. So let us get it for you.
Seriously, this
Yeah.
is our whenever you guys are coming into and whenever you guys are watching this is our software. Makes sense? Like we can't have a successful score machine without you all, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. There is no, oh my God, this is so awesome without your input. So whenever you guys are watching this, please, we love all the criticism, the good and the bad. I rather personally tell me the bad. You don't need to pat myself. I don't need a pat on the back. I really don't. I can do that myself. I can do that myself. I need somebody to tell me I don't like this, that. Now, don't be rude with it, obviously. But please, we want to know the bad why, because we're not going to get offended if somebody gets offended, if you tell them this doesn't work because of this, they didn't plan on changing it because they thought this was the end goal. This is the end product. It should be shiny, perfect. Nothing's ever perfect, especially with AI. Nothing is ever perfect because next year, what you think is perfect this year is not perfect next year, if that makes sense. So again, this AI, we want and we need feedback. The lifeline of our software is when you guys give us feedback. You agree with that?
I love that. You broke that down better than anything, man. This is fantastic. This is honestly fantastic. I love it. At the end of the day, like, we can't make that up. You can't talk the way that nobody else talks because here's the truth and the fact of the matter. You're 100% right. We're not done. That's the key. A lot of people, when they generate their software, they're like, okay, time to go to marketing. Let me get as much money as I can. And then we'll start. Nope. We didn't even go to marketing yet. We're not even in the point for marketing. We're still in developmental stage of launch, which
Mhm.
means we're continuing to develop after launch. And we're not really worried about marketing because it will sell itself eventually. People will start talking about it. Influencers will get a hold of it. And all of a sudden, when that happens, what's the thing? I don't have to worry about marketing. Dre doesn't have to worry about marketing. What do we focus on? Back to the software and not worry about the shiny diamond, realizing that this is a car and every piece of the car needs to be built and built correctly and that it's never finished. Look at every car manufacturer from the beginning of time. They kept upgrading and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. They never stopped. They never released one car and said that this is going to be timeless. They keep changing and pushing the limits, and that's what we're going to keep doing. I know that's what I'm about, and I know that's what Dre's about. So I mean I couldn't have said that any better. I couldn't have
Beautiful.
said that any better. I'll be honest with you. I think we covered enough for today. I think we did a little in real life with you and I, talked about the softwares, talked about, where our goals are at. I think we did a lot. What do you feel? What's your thing? You want to go a little longer? It's up to you.
I think we did some good stuff. I think we covered some stuff for some people. Again, we should start doing some more of these, just some in real life time, like what's going on with us, what's going on with the software. Again, I know people like hearing what's going on with us, and what we have planned for them. So we can start doing this more often for you guys. I think this is very, very like educational and purposeful because again, getting the mindset of two people who are coming together from two different worlds coming together and now we're building something together, that's viable. That's this information is very, very useful. So no, I think we can keep doing this again to make sure everybody stays in our mindset of we know we built something so amazing, but we know that we're not done.
Mm.
And the
Mhm.
reason why we know we're not done is because our mission and our goal is to give the people the best product, the best thing possible. And we know
Mhm.
we can't do that on our first time. On the
Mhm.
first round, we know that's not going to happen. We're going to build something amazing, but just like I said before, yes, I mean next year is not our same perfect. This year is not the perfect next year. So we
Yeah.
know we have to stay close to the fire and keep our ears to the ground so we can keep hearing what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. That way we can fix it before it comes an issue.
Yeah.
We don't want to become those groups that we stay in 2025 when it's 2040. We don't want to be that type of group. And how can we don't want to be that type of business. And how can we avoid that? Exactly what we just did. We created something that's based off the community, which means we need your guys's input. Your guys' input, if I ask them today, is gonna be different tomorrow. That's why we always say, what's your input? Tomorrow, I want your input. Next week, I want your input so we can continuously get better and give you guys the best product possible.
I mean, that's perfect. You want to know something? I'm not even gonna close on my sentiment. I'm just gonna leave with that because that's perfect. That's
Yep.
literally. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. Get locked in with us. Stay in. Subscribe on whatever platform you're seeing us on, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is. Subscribe. Stay in. We are gonna do more of these. If you got questions for us, post them in the chat. Send a comment out. I do read all the comments. You know how vile some of them are. That some of them are nasty. Some of them are really cool. Some of them have great data and want us to talk about, and we love it. We want to answer any questions that you guys have, and we want to put them forth. Talk about our software. Talk about what we're doing. And understand what's going on with an entrepreneur. Understand what goes through our head. How we stop in the middle of a day to do content because content is that important. So we want everybody to understand that. So if we want to answer all your questions. So we appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for locking in with us and watching however long you watched. And thank you. All right. Have a great day.